Well, hi, it is moi, Rachel, doing some Halloween decor hunting with you all. What accent is this? I don't know. I'm in a weird mood today. Halloween decor hunting, we're doing that. It's been a while since I've done a Halloween decor hunting video, so I may be a little rusty, I may be a little weird, I may be a lot of things today. You all are lucky that I brushed and flossed my teeth and put on pants, so we are doing A-okay today.
It's the bare minimum, but you did it.
I may be rambly. Just a heads up. Anything new about that? No, but I might be extra rambly today. Mainly because I'm tired. I just got back yesterday from Ireland and Scotland. Grand old time. They were nice as a wee lass over here. I'm tired. And my brain is quite confused on what day it is, what time it is I don't know, but I figured I would try my best to reacclimate myself back to the Pacific time zone. So it's 10 o'clock a.m. I woke up at 8 a.m., so I'm gonna take that as a win. I do think, though, it calls for a second cup of coffee. So we might make that together before we go out Halloween decor hunting. Also, if you see this band-aid on my hand, ignore it. My little cat, Olaf, not Edgar, Edgar's a little angel, but Olaf. He's a little scaredy cat sometimes, and I happened to be holding him when the laundry machine made a scary noise.
Of course, it's scary.
So scary.
So my hand was a casualty of him trying to leap from my arms into the heavens, where his heart probably soared from fear. Let's go make that cup of coffee. I want to share with you the mug I got from Scotland. I can't do the Scottish accent. I can't do the Irish one. Alright, in my opinion. Set you down here in this wonderful lighting. Here it is. It's Nessie in the loch. Wish monster Nessie. Look how cute. So of course I bought myself some pumpkin spice creamer to celebrate the occasion. Sprinkles. It's the sprinkles. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. So while I'm drinking out of... maybe I shouldn't phrase it like that.
You think?
Okay, I can sip it. It's sippable. Sippable. Maybe not. Oh god, that's okay. Am I having a Hermione moment where I got stuff everywhere in my face?
All hands on deck, Granger.
Random aside, I cried maybe this morning for a little bit. Don't ask me why. Probably a combination of factors / being tired / jet lag. But I had realized I cry like a certain celebrity, and that celebrity is. And is that a flex? I think so. What do you guys think of the collection so far this year? I honestly am not that impressed. I don't know why. I'm having a lot of weird feelings about a lot of the Halloween decor where I don't dislike it per se, but I wouldn't purchase it. One store that I was surprised to see actually create a Halloween line this year was Anthropologie. Anthropologie is not affordable at all, but if you looked online at their stuff, it is so good, because I mean it's kind of comparable to Pottery Barn. Wow, an accent came out there. Pottery Barn, and like Crate and Barrel, how they're pretty pricey, but Anthropologie's line is so much better than theirs in my opinion. It's so good. I really want to buy this rattan bat. It's adorable. Is there any line that you have been particularly liking this year? Are you feeling the same way about the Halloween lines as me, where you're not disliking them, but they just either seem repetitive of years prior or just are missing the mark for your personal style? I'm gonna drink my coffee still. It's still blazing hot. And then we'll get going. I think today I'm gonna try and hit up HomeGoods and Michael's, Marshall's, because I do need to buy some stuff from Trader Joe's, and that Marshall's happens to be next to Trader Joe's. I already went to Joann, so that footage will at some point in this video pop up.
Then we'd better not delay.
Howdy. I'm gonna make this quick because it is really hot in my car. So, went to Joann's. My first stop with you all to go Halloween decor hunting. How exciting. Maybe not as exciting as the news yesterday of there being aliens. But you know what? We live on. Aliens, do you want to come abduct me? If your rent is cheaper where you are, I will willingly come with. So I do think I saw all the collections there are for the Joann's Halloween line this year. I'm just gonna kind of scan the items as I go because my brain sometimes is not very good at remembering things. So first, I found an end cap full of what else? Halloween. They are mainly like ceramic Halloween items, pumpkins, skulls, all that fun stuff. Yes, continuing from there, I saw my typical area, which is like the outdoor decor section. So we had a lot of cute doormats. I really like the haunted house one, personally. They had a lot of pretty cute phrases this year, like, my family is baddie. They had, what other doormats am I facing up? I like the combo of doormats Joann's always has. They have the cute cutout ones, like the pumpkin shape one, and then they always have fun phrases on their signs and their doormats, so who could not love that anymore? My highlight so far has been those spinners. They had a ghost one, a witch one, and a bat one. I love them all. My favorite is the ghost. Mainly because there wasn't glitter on the ghost one. I didn't realize the bat one and the witch one had glitter on it, and I don't really like that as much. I wish they would have kept them all matte. Over on the other side, they had their outdoor animatronics and skeleton. That skeleton was 500 smackaroonies. With the 40% off, that's still a lot of money. That is. But, I mean, how much is the Home Depot one? Is that one also expensive?
It's cheaper.
Over by the spinners, there were some lights, like neon lights, string lights. They had one of the haunted house cookie jars there. I think that was $49.99 originally, but 40% off, it makes it like a little bit better of a price. And I thought that was it. That my Halloween excursion was completed. Then I went to go buy other things that I needed, and then I turned back around and I realized there's a whole other aisle that I missed. In that aisle, they had their signages, which are always fun. They had a half skull, half butterfly. They had a skull door knocker. And then there were some signs that weren't in the aisle because they were like the big ones you put on your front porch for Halloween time. And they were in a different aisle. I'll just go over those really quick. I really like those. I really liked how they embedded a porch light looking thing at the top of two of them. One was a coffin shaped one that was black and it said haunted on it. But I did like that feature, and the lights actually light up, which... Back to the other aisle, I saw the skull planter. I saw that online and I really wanted to buy it. However, it's plastic. It's not ceramic. I don't really want a plastic pot planter, so I had to pass it up. They had some statues that were either ceramic or like that weird plasticky resin material. They had one that stood out to my brain was that raven that was slightly deteriorated. So if we turn around, we have the kitchen stuff. That's where the cookie jar is supposed to be, I found out. They have a lot of different plates, decorative plates. They had, of course, a pumpkin, a bat, a skull, and a ghost. I really like that ghost candy bowl jar. That one I thought was super cute. Above all that, obviously they got their dish towels, and they had a little skeleton apron where your head is your head, but the rest of your body is like an x-ray. Some dish towels that stood out as a potential future line that I feel like people might come up with is the checkerboard theme. They had candy corn themed items as a candy bowl and like a dip platter for chips and salsa or something like that. I'm gonna show you other stuff I'm forgetting. I'll show it here because I didn't really do Halloween decor hunting last year, so my brain is it's in need of some practice for remembering items I saw with my eyes. I think we're getting to the end of the lines. The last one I believe I recorded was this witchy line. I really enjoy how there's that ruby red color that's with the black. I like that combo a lot. They had mugs with the ruby maroonish red color, and then they had mugs that were just black. One said 100% that witch. One said the moon made me do it. They had, what else over there? If I forget anything, I will show it here. What items are you looking to find at Joann's? If I had a backyard, I would have bought that little ghost spinner. But that was Joann's. Thanks for joining me on this half weird excursion that I decided to go on. I popped into HomeGoods and I popped into Michael's. They're starting to get their Halloween stuff out, so that'll be probably included in this video once I wait a couple of days to see if they'll stock more items in their stores.
Oh, it's 1 month later.
We're there. It's a sunny day, which means it's probably gonna get hot in my car, so I'm gonna try my best not to use the air conditioning because it is very loud for you guys as background noise. Plus, I think it like shakes you a little bit, and I don't wanna make you feel like you're in some simulation of some kind.
Simulated.
Look at that Michael's right there. Oh yeah. We're gonna debrief with Michael's before I head over to HomeGoods. Michael's had a couple different lines and a couple of different areas to look for things. Not specific, but I'll get there. So when I first walked in, they had their party section, so where you could get some plates, some platters, some cutlery, like the plastic cutlery, balloons, piñatas. The balloons were really cute. I was tempted to buy some because my birthday's coming up and I think it would be fun to decorate with the balloons, but they are pretty pricey, like $14.99, $19.99 for the big bundles. Also in the area, there were a couple of mugs. There were 3 different ones that we had in stock. One was a pink one, that was a pumpkin, and it had eyelashes. I think those were $9.99. I tried to get footage of some of the prices to help you guys out in case you like seeing the price of things. I know I've not been great doing that in the past, but I don't think my camera was focusing very well, so hopefully you can kind of see it. But there was a pink pumpkin with eyelashes, there was a cauldron, and then a standard orange jack-o'-lantern mug. That's all that was really over there. So moving over into the actual Halloween section, there were a couple lines. One line that I noticed, or not really line, but product that I noticed that wasn't very well stocked. Versus I did go in there a couple weeks ago just to kind of see how it was moving along, and it hadn't really been well stocked except for their lighting, and now the lighting today sucks, so I'm sorry I did not get that much footage of their lighting. The blow mold of the ghost was no longer in stock. I think they had another blow mold, but I can't remember what it was, but all that stuff was gone. The only lighting I got was this little tiny section that had 3. One was the pumpkin, one was purple crystal ball one, but the main one that I liked was the cute ghost holding a pumpkin. I thought that was precious. And the only other notable thing I found over there, besides some standard lights you would find anywhere that are Halloween themed, like orange string lights, purple string lights, I didn't get footage of that. But the other notable thing over there was a mystic crystal ball that had an orange crystal ball on it. Okay, I gotta hurry up, I'm getting really hot. Well, starting with the neon Halloween stuff, there was really no typical Halloween aesthetic this year. They went with Halloween, but instead of going the more vintage route, which they have in years past, or just the very typical Halloween line, they went neon and cutesy, which I think could really appeal to people's aesthetics. However, for me personally, it's not my fave. The neon is neon pink, neon green, and neon orange, I believe. I think they should have left out the neon pink. I feel like that would have probably been more to people's taste, but I'm not the one designing things, so how would I know? They had a couple just bits and bobs over there. It's not really anything crazy. It's a lot of stuff you would set on a shelf. They had some hanging like cats and skeletons that had little dangly arms and legs. They had all the show stuff. I can't remember that whole line. It was a lot of the same stuff. Some was very cute. They had a little ghost in like a little frame that was very adorable. They had a lot of adorable ghosts, which reminded me of the ghosts that I drew for my tattoos and just in general for drawing. They did remind me of that because I do draw more of a cutesy style, and they did kind of give me my, oh, it's like my little cute ghost that I draw vibes to them. The only other thing over in the neon line, which I thought could be cool if you wanted to plan ahead for either a Halloween tree or if you like decorating your Christmas trees as Halloween. They had a couple of really interesting ornaments that I feel like you could make work with a lot of Halloween trees. They had huge ornament bulbs, which were like this big. I tried putting my hand next to it so you kind of get a scale for how big these ornament bulbs were. And then they had smaller ornament bulbs, which I feel like you probably could find at the dollar store or whatever they're calling themselves now. Before I start that, in that same aisle, they had a lot of different pillows that follow that neon line, as well as just other ones I could fit, that I do think fit a more Halloween style, so I'll kind of roll those through here. And they had a lot of tinsel stuff also in the aisle. I don't know if that's supposed to be part of the neon line or if it's a different line, but there's a lot of tinsel wreaths. They had tinsel cats and bats, and I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the tinsel looking stuff, but if you are a fan, they had quite a good option for you there. Moving to the Edgar Allan Poe and the Sleepy Hollow line. My favorite line this year at Michael's is the Sleepy Hollow Edgar Allan Poe line, because I do feel like it is more unique than in years past that Michael's has created. They had an Edgar Allan Poe bust. They had an Edgar Allan Poe planter. I almost got them. I feel like they should be repainted a little bit differently, because the paint job does kind of make them look cheaper. I don't know why they put a scar on his head as if he was like Harry Potter.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Had a lot of apothecary stuff in that same line. They had, what my favorite thing was a Sleepy Hollow pillow that had a little excerpt from the Sleepy Hollow book on it. They had I'm trying to remember if they had a Edgar Allan Poe pillow, but I don't think they did. I think it was more so just wall decor that they had with more Edgar Allan Poe stuff on it, his head and things like that. So moving on to the more witchy / brown line. I say brown because it had more of a brown color palette, so I don't really know what they're calling that line. It is very cool, and I do think it works well if you have a lot of vintagey items in your home. Tons of apothecary bottles, a ton of like curio cabinets, potion bottles, all that sort of fun stuff that you could just put here and there, either all year round or just to decorate to make a pretty cool looking potion room. And then they had a lot of signs over there, which were, you know, like welcome foolish mortals, the witch is in. They had like a witch's brew one, rules of the witch's house, and if anything I missed, I'll keep rolling it here. Moving on to, I believe, the final two lines that I mentioned earlier. One was the more botanical line. That one had a lot of really cool goth architecture stuff. However, it wasn't very well made. The clock almost did it for me, but it was just a little cheesy in the fact they put spiders and glitter on it, in my opinion, and it was, I think, like $80. And then they had these really cool Gothic cathedral looking, I think they're candle holders. But they just, the iron on them, you could tell it was easily bendable, because I saw one of them basically all dented up from being shipped to Michael's, so that's where I was kind of like, bah. They had, I feel like I'm forgetting some stuff over there. They had like a beetle and a cloche. They had obviously some florals that you could buy. A lot of it was like a green and purple color palette. And the last line is the romantic line. That one I don't feel like is that different from prior years. It has a lot of wall plaques, a lot of very, I don't want to say cheesy, that's not really the right word, but it's just very like stereotypical romantic sayings on wall plaques, on like shelf decor items. That line I didn't really feel like was all that different from past years with the romantic gothy line. So that's Michael's. If there's anything I missed, I will put it here. And I'm sweating, so we're gonna go into HomeGoods so I can cool down, and then we'll recap what HomeGoods has to offer. Glasses are coming back down. HomeGoods. We're gonna speed run through this again, because as the minutes tick by, the hotter it gets in here. So the first thing, also I'm looking down at my phone because I feel like my memory is not great. So we're gonna have my reference notes here. The first thing I noticed in HomeGoods was a bunch of the tall statues, probably things to put on your patio, to be honest. There were stacked pumpkins, there were stacked skulls, there was a Happy Halloween cauldron that was on a black and white checkered stand. There was a cool skeleton that held up a tray with its head poking through it. I thought that was pretty unique. There was a cauldron with a skull emblem on it. It was a iron, I'm pretty sure it was iron, made out of iron. Aside from the stacked skulls, stacked pumpkins, which are the majority of it, another cool item that was similar to the skeleton holding up a tray with the skeleton holding up a bowl. Then I noticed this one didn't really have that much in terms of home decor. This one, for some reason, has not been hitting it for me lately. I don't know why. It used to be the HomeGoods in my area. Now it seems to be not really getting as much good stuff as it used to. So the home decor section was quite slim pickings in my opinion. They had a couple of cool cauldrons, one specifically being this gold iron one that was like hanging on the stand, which I feel like could look so cool. And a fireplace if you don't have a working fireplace or next to a fireplace. And then one random line I noticed that they had was the seashell line. I think other people have seen in years prior. However, I've never seen it in Oregon, and it is quite beachy. Next to that area, there were some hanging garland pieces or just hanging decor items that you could put on your wall or on your door or wherever you want to put it. They had hanging skeletons, they had hanging pumpkins, hanging bats. They had a couple of different witch brooms, which I thought were really cool. One witch broom was black and it had little spiders running up it. And then there were two other witch brooms slightly to the side of the area, but still in that area, that had one that was just wooden. It was like a very zigzaggy looking witch handle. And then the other one just had a little light up feature at the bottom with some fairy lights. There was one other area that held home decor items, and this one had quite a fair amount of snow globes, which I thought were pretty unique this year. I've never seen these ones before, aside from the one that I filmed, which was the hand holding the glass sphere, which eyeballs inside it. Other than that, over there, they had some cool potion bottles. One was a bat, and then I think the one I showed earlier had a snake as the topper. Another thing I saw was a skeleton arm holding a glass that you would put candle inside. I think that was $14.99. Of course, they always have skulls. I feel like this year there's a ton of skull items. I don't know if it just is HomeGoods or if it's just seems to be the thing. Also, I have not seen one gnome. I've not seen one gnome this year at all.
What alternate universe is this?
The thing that was the shining beacon today at this HomeGoods was their kitchen items as well as their ceramic dishware items. The mugs, though, were lacking. I don't know what's going on this year with me trying to find mugs, but I've not had much luck, which is probably a good thing. I don't need more mugs, but that's my kryptonite. I love mugs. They had a lot of Hocus Pocus items and a couple of Mickey Mouse ones, but Hocus Pocus seems to be a lot of the Disney ceramics that I've seen this year. They have a couple of cool different dishes, some with skulls, some with more busts of a skeleton. They had a mug with spiderweb with a ghost as the handle, a witch's brew mug, some platters, one that had a Ouija board thing on it. They had some really cute ghost pictures. They had another mug that was similar to the spiderweb with the ghost. They had a pumpkin with a ghost as the handle. They had a really cool potion teapot as well as a more spooky jack-o'-lantern vintagey style teapot. Another area, they had obviously those goblets or bowls with the skeleton hands. They had these really cool bat coasters. The coasters themselves weren't all that unique, but I really did like the tray that held the coasters. One other item that I did particularly like was this tray that had a raven sitting on a moon, and it was, I think, the melamine kind of plasticky sort of material. They had a candy bowl or a popcorn bowl, whatever you want to put in it, that was a black and white and gray theme that had a haunted house, a witch flying in a broom, bats. That one I also really liked. I said, witch better have my candy. And it was $9.99. They had a couple different shot glasses. They had a couple of different plastic glasses that you could give to kids or have at parties and not have to worry about anything breaking. Another really cool item that I liked was this witch bowl, and it was quite large, and it was $12.99. They had a couple of stacked mugs. I have not seen the pumpkin one yet where I am, but they did have ones with skulls on them, which were black and white alternating, and then they had the skeleton doing yoga, which for some reason is a thing every year. Which is whatever, you know what I mean? They had a complete skeleton as the stacked mugs. They had a lot of different wine glasses at the one I was at. Obviously ones with the skeleton holding up the glass, stacked skulls. One particular that I liked was this ghost holding up the wine glass, which I thought was pretty cute. Then they had mugs over here in this little weird section that they decided to put more kitchen stuff in. One was a mug with a skull on it with some filigree around it. One was a pumpkin. One was a little boo cauldron, one was a ghost, one was like more of a witch with some sludge coming out of her. They had this one ghost one, which was I thought was pretty neat. It looked very 90s to me. Just gave me all the 90s feels. And I'm just going to keep running anything else I'm forgetting over in the kitchen area. There was quite a bit of stuff, and as I said, this was like the shining beacon of our HomeGoods today. There were a couple of kitchen towels. I didn't film all of them. I only gave you a highlight of some of them because there was a lot, and a lot of them are just very standard kitchen towels that we've seen year after year at HomeGoods. Again, they had a Hocus Pocus one as well, and then a couple of Mickey Mouse ones. And they had a lot of haunted house ones, which I appreciate. I love me a good old haunted house. They had a pretty good selection of bakeware if you're looking for more mixing bowls. They had one with skulls on it. They had the tombstones that we've seen in the past. I actually own that one. I got that one a couple years ago. They have mixing, like I said, mixing bowls. One with spider webs. One with, I think skeletons on it. And those were like the ones that come with the spatula and the cookie cutters on it. And I think the only other thing I have over here that I didn't mention was some more, they actually had quite a bit of Disney, like Winnie the Pooh, Mickey Mouse, Hocus Pocus themed like ramekins that you could use to bake something in or cook something in. So moving on from the kitchen slash ceramic stuff, we go into bath and bedroom items. I only found one bath rug, and it was a pumpkin with a witch hat on it. And I didn't find really any bath towels. I don't know if they were hiding from me, but I didn't really find any. Next, there are a couple of different blankets that I found. One is a bat knit one that I actually own. That one's very nice quality, still looks great after a couple years. They had a lot of interesting designs, and it was with roses, or a skull with roses, and then the other one was more like skeleton hands with a floral design on it, so that one was just more like romantic to me. I didn't find that many Rae Dunn things this year. I don't know if it just picked over or if they haven't really come in yet. A Dia de los Muertos blanket, a dog blanket, and this was the only Rae Dunn one that I found this year was this one that said like something about bones and skeletons. And then they had a pumpkin jack-o'-lantern one, and then one that wasn't quite Halloween, it was more like just planets were on it. And then they had a couple of filigree skull and anatomical heart looking blankets, which I thought were pretty unique. I think the last thing I have to share is this skull light, and that was the only Halloween themed light that I found in the lighting area.
I have an idea.
Alright, that was our HomeGoods trip. I'm gonna head out to Marshall's, and that'll be our last stop for the day. Hopefully my camera's not overheating, and it's no thing with you guys. Hope you guys are also aren't overheating, but I'm gonna go. Okay, see you at Marshall's. Alright, we made it to Marshall's. Let's head in. Look at it. Whoop. Here we are. Just kidding. I'm not singing for the songs. Marshall's was the mecca of mugs. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta show you because I can't wait until Halloween haul. I found the trio. I don't know if there's more than 3, but the trio of these ghost mugs. And let me tell you, they're more elusive than a cloud leopard. Last year I could not find any of them, but oh my god, I found all 3. I'm so excited. Marshall's got the mugs. Thank you very much. Also, can we take a moment to appreciate my wallet? It's one of these ones that like slides down. See? Oh, yes! Bushwood bags. Hit them up. They have a purse version of this. Different colors of the wallet. I happen to get neon pink because that was the only color left out of purple, neon pink, and neon green. So I don't hate the color. I was just excited to have this, and my gosh, is it nice to do when you need something to fidget with. This is the thing. Marshall's. What else do they have besides mugs? We're going to go into the mugs later, but we're going to touch on a couple of hodgy-podgy items first, and then we'll make our way to the mugs. So the first thing that I saw when I walked in is I kind of perused their makeup, as you do, and they had these makeup kits that included a skull like centerpiece that you would put your brushes in. There were 2 different colors. One was black and one was a rhinestone-y silver, and then they had, I think both of them were pink handles on the brushes themselves, which I feel like could make a really cute gift, perhaps. Oh wait, the other one was like a purpley color, so it's like a purple pink for the silver rhinestone one, and then for the black one it had the pink handles on the brushes. Next I saw these little snuggle buddies, which I quite love those. I have a ghost one myself. But there was 2 pumpkin ones. One was a black pumpkin with nothing on it that you could heat up, you know, if you ever have cramps or need of a little snuggle buddy. They looked so cute. And then the other one was a classic jack-o'-lantern, of course. On to pajamas, yes. This Marshalls did have some Halloween pajamas. Not a whole lot of options. A lot of them were ones I feel like we've seen in the past. Of course, there's going to be dog ones, cat ones. There was a set with Ray Dunn that was a little witchy's cauldron, witch hat sort of vibe. There was a pumpkin trio, like a t-shirt and matching pants, which I thought was pretty cute. Then I only saw a couple of kitchen items. One in particular that I liked and I thought was pretty unique was this witch hat that was like a silver, brushed silver kind of look to it. I don't really know how to describe my metals, but hopefully you see what I mean. And I feel like it was fairly well priced because it was heavy and it was $29.99. They had a couple of those water pitcher things that you can bring around, or tumblers, which I feel like is always a must to keep hydrated. Moving on to, I believe, move on to, and we'll go on to the mugs. It's in this area anyways, and it kind of goes with the other kitchen stuff, as well as those water tumbler things. So I did see a trio of mugs. One were the ghosts holding different pumpkins, which were adorable, and then the other one I saw were the mummy, a stack of mummies. They also had, of course, some wine glasses, some like soup containers, I guess, is another thing that they had. They had those plastic cups again that are great for parties, a bunch of different variety of them too, which is always great. Then they have this wiener dog metal thing, which I don't really know what you would put on it because it's so elongated. So let's move on to the mugs, shall we? There were some Hocus Pocus ones, Mickey Mouse ones, Ray Dunn ones, and then of course I don't know what the other brands are, but just a whole plethora of options depending on what your vibe is. Also Snoopy, of course. There's always a Snoopy one in there. The Mickey Mouse one was a ghost. They also had a Minnie Mouse version of the ghost, which, you know, if you want both of them as a set, that would be cute if you had a Mickey and Minnie couple in your life. They had a ghost with like a little chevron look to the bottom of it. There was another Portobello mug that was not quite autumn, but I figured I'd show it anyways. It had little mushrooms on it. They had a very 70s retro Stay Spooky mug. They had the ghost with the mouse, which isn't similar to these. It's like a different brand, but it's still very cute. I have that one from last year. I don't know, let me just show you all the mugs. There were so many. Lots of ghosts holding jack-o'-lanterns, a cat on a jack-o'-lantern, a cat holding a trick-or-treat bucket. There were so many cute ones. I couldn't believe my eyes. So moving on from the mugs, we had 2 kitchen towels that were more unique. One gave me an over-the-garden wall vibe with these jack-o'-lanterns across the bottom. This other one said the witches in it. It had little capes and witch hats sitting on a shelf, or sitting beneath a shelf. There was a couple of other unique kitchen items. One was these little baskets that you could put fruit in or something like that, and another one was a towel, like a paper towel holder with a spider on it. They had a couple of pillows, not a whole lot to rant and rave about, but there were some cute ghost ones with candy corn, one that said boo that was fuzzy, one that said hocus pocus, some dogs, a spider web, golden one, and a skull. Of course, you gotta have the skulls. I found a couple of rugs here too, which I normally don't have very good luck finding. One was this really big jack-o'-lantern rug. It was giant. Heads up. Very good price though, I think, for how large it is. I think it was like $24, something like that. And then they had a couple of ghost rugs that I've seen in the past that I actually own. There was the little melty looking ghost, then the spermy looking ghost, and then there was a spider web, or spider, little spiders on it, rug that was black and white. And I think that was basically it at Marshall's. I didn't do a lot of the wall, like the home decor little trinkets that you can put around. It's because a lot of them just seemed what you've always seen in the past, so I didn't feel like those were too noteworthy to film. But my highlight of the day was finding mugs there, and so I'm gonna go and share those forever, and I'm gonna close out this video at home because I'm sweating and it's hot and I don't want my camera to overheat because that would be terrible. So I will see you at home to do a little closeout recap of our day today. And we're back home. I realized this whole time I forgot to put my nicer microphone on my camera, so let's hope the audio isn't complete trash. Apologies there. I packed this away in my suitcase and I didn't want the boom mic to be so obnoxious in my bag, so I took it off and then I forgot to put it back on today. And Olaf is joining us with a wonderful melody of meows in the background. I hope you enjoyed Halloween Decor hunting with me. This was our first one that we did this 2023 season. I'm happy to bring you guys along with me again. I missed you all last year, and I will most certainly continue doing these Halloween Decor hunting videos as well as some Halloween hauls coming up for you real soon. How's Halloween Decor hunting going in your area? Are you finding things that you've been searching for online? How's it going? Alright? Not alright? Oregon, like I said, is pretty slow with a lot of things, so we'll see what September brings us, which is weird because it doesn't seem like August has happened, and yet we're almost done with August, and it's very confusing to my brain. I don't know how this happened. Let me know if you have any questions. If you want me to talk about my trip in Ireland and Scotland, happy to do so. I went alone, so if you want to know how that went with my solo adventuring around town.
And bring it around town.
Well, let me know. I'd be happy to do that for you guys. I just didn't know if that'd be something that'd be interesting or not for you. It's not really content that I normally make on my channel. Do I have any other closing words? I don't think so. I did a lot of rambling earlier on, which I may or may not splice to the end of this video instead of the beginning of the video, since I know you guys are probably here to see the Halloween stuff, not me being me. Yes. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. Thanks for joining me along on this adventure today, as well as Joann when I did that a couple weeks ago. I'm bad with goodbyes, so I'm gonna say it. Goodbye.
I hate goodbyes.